The lawyer who sued me lost his memory except for me, the man pretending to be his lover. He once called me a manipulative fraud in open court. Now he wakes up from a car crash, looks at me and whispers, "Babe!" I should have told the truth. But when he reached for my hand like I was his whole world, I lied. I said, "I'm here, baby." The irony? He used to hate me, despise me with such intensity it made the walls shake in the courtroom. Lucas Harrow, the undefeated prosecutor of Manhattan, who once built his career on tearing my nonprofit apart. I was the alleged scammer. He was the cold-blooded legal wolf. We were enemies until the accident. They say trauma does weird things to the mind. When the paramedics pulled him from the wreckage, he had one name on his bloodied lips, mine. And not in anger this time. "Where's Aiden? Is he okay? My boyfriend, where is he?" I was in the waiting room when the nurse found me, pale and trembling. "Are you Aiden? Lucas is asking for you. He thinks you're someone important." I hadn't seen him in 8 months. Not since the lawsuit. Not since he'd torn me apart on the stand. Accused me of embezzlement. Called me a pretty face with dirty hands. He'd won, of course. I lost funding, my reputation, almost everything. Almost. Now I stood in a hospital room watching the man who wrecked my life look at me like I was his safe place. His whole memory blank except me. "You came," he whispered, reaching for my hand. "You always do." The nurse leaned in and said softly, "You're the only one he remembers. Maybe his brain's just holding on to the most emotional connection it can find." I should have corrected her. Should have corrected him. But I didn't. I nodded. And I stayed. For the next few days I was his Aiden. The boyfriend he remembered in flashes and feelings. I learned how his favorite tea had to steep exactly 3 minutes. I helped him walk again. We talked for hours about books, music, politics. He was smart and surprisingly gentle. He laughed with his eyes, not just his mouth. He touched me like I was delicate glass. He never used to laugh. Not around me. But now he would squeeze my hand when I walked into the room, like the world made sense again. And every time he said my name, it felt like a sin I couldn't stop committing. Then one night, under the buzz of hospital fluorescence, he kissed me. Slow, deep, like a man who had found his anchor again. Kissed him back. And I hated myself for it. I wasn't his boyfriend. I was his worst memory, repackaged in kindness. I wasn't supposed to fall for him. But the way he looked at me so unguarded, so open made me ache. The line between who we used to be and who we were now blurred with every shared smile, every brush of fingertips, every whispered, "Stay." But lies rot eventually. And mine did when his mother showed up. "Who is this?" she asked, cold and clipped, looking me up and down like a stain on a white carpet. Lucas reached for me. "Mom, this is Aiden." No, he's not," she cut in, pulling out a file. "I hired a PI. This man isn't your boyfriend. He was the defendant in your last case." Silence exploded in the room. Lucas looked at me, searching my face for something confirmation. Betrayal. Maybe the truth I should have told from the start. "You lied to me?" His voice was broken glass wrapped in velvet. I didn't mean to. You let me believe we were in love." "You did love me," I snapped, surprising us both. "You just hated me more than you were willing to admit." He blinked. And then he remembered. Came back in pieces. Arguments. Courtroom tension. Accusations. Anger. The memory of my voice shaking on the stand. He didn't say a word. He didn't need to. I left that night. For weeks I kept away. Tried to rebuild the tiny nonprofit I still had left. Kept my phone off. Avoided his calls, his texts, even when they turned from angry to pleading. Until one night, 3 months later, I found him standing at the community center's door. "Can we talk?" he asked, soaking wet in the rain. I crossed my arms. "Why would I believe anything you say? Because for once, I'm not here to win. I'm here to ask for forgiveness." I said nothing. "I remember everything now," he continued. "I remember hating you, and I remember loving you while I hated you. It was twisted and messy, and I didn't know what to do with it back then. But now I do. And what's that? I want to start over. Not because I hit my head and forgot who you were, but because now I remember who I was without you, and I didn't like him very much. I let him inside. We made tea. He stayed. No kiss. No promises. Just a man trying to atone, and another trying to forgive. Maybe this time we could choose each other. On purpose. And maybe that was the most honest love of all. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.